I absolutely love the lockpicking system in Starfield, but losing one of those digipicks can feel like a giant kick in the digi dick. But have no fear, there's an easy way to never mess up lockpicking again. Stick around after the breakdown so you can get some bonus tips on how to stockpile those digipicks, because after all, they're the root of all our thievery. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and let's do it. The lockpicking system is pretty straightforward with multiple rings within each lock with more rings on the higher difficulties. The premise is simple, where you mix and match all of the dials on the right to fit those little notches within the lock. The tricky part is you can only use each dial once, and if you have to undo a choice, it will cost you a valuable digipick. But with these two simple steps, you'll never have to lose a digipick to a mistake again. That first step is starting from the inside-most ring and working your way outwards. This guarantees that you'll have the correct dials for each of the inner rings and won't have to undo any changes later. Now that you're looking at the inside ring, start cycling through the dials and manipulating them to see if they fit any of the slots. If they do, simply leave the dial as is and start working on the rest of the empty threads. The reason why you'll want to leave the dial in a preloaded position is because they will not reset or change when you switch to different dials. That means you can always check back to prior dials that you've laid out to make sure there's no overlapping of notches and everything will fit correctly. From here, it's a rinse and repeat approach, finding the proper dials to fill the notches on the outer rings until you have them all set up. Then you'll just set them in place and watch those locks come free with ease. Expert and master locks will have more dials than notches to fill, so make sure you double check your dials when lining those slots up. There is no time limit on picking a lock, so don't feel like you have to rush through it. And that right there is how you can guarantee a 100% lockpick rate when opening up those safes. Start from the inside out and preset those dials to make sure it all fits. Even though you'll never waste a digipick again, they can still be somewhat hard to come by. However, there's two easy ways to always keep some on hand. The first way is to head to the Jemison Mercantile in New Atlantis. Talk to the shop lady and head to the miscellaneous section where you can get 2 to 3 digipicks per day. There are other merchants who sell them, but I know she is always in stock and you will frequent New Atlantis often. The second way is by heading to the City of Neon on planet Voli Alpha within the Voli solar system. Once there, you can enlist with Ryujin Industries at one of the kiosks littered throughout the city. You'll have to do some side quests for the company, but you'll be gifted a handsome amount of digipicks for each mission. If you stick to the tips I mentioned earlier, you'll have plenty of picks left over to use when space hopping across the universe. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like on it as it helps the video out tremendously, and if you don't want to miss out on future content, a subscribe goes a long way. This is Josh Robinson with Joystick Gamer. Thank you for watching, and it's time to go steal some stuff in Starfield.